I live in Mississippi, the racist state I know of. But I bet you can't. It might be the racist state, but I bet you can't make a you can't get no white person to say you have to call you out your name in Mississippi unless they at a fast movie theater. They had a movie theater and they call your husband out of his name, your ex husband out of his name, and he get over calling him boy. Now that is a racist word to call a black person boy. There's a lot of racist names that they don't that they like to use. But for me, I've never been called out of my name. I get along with everybody, black and white, Mexican, whatever you want to call yourself. Um, there's something I can never say I have been called a name because I don't know. I have never experienced that in my life. But when I was young, this little white boy let his dog loose on me. And I ain't like that. I ain't like that. I still remember that little motherfucker too. Tracy stop cussing. I still remember that shit. I'm like, get her. Now that was racist. Putting your dog loose on me. I'm watching what's his name? HOA faces lawsuit over racist bullying against black residents. Racist bullying. I want to see this. I don't know how many of you are part of an HOA. When you're part of an HOA, just so you know, you have very few rights. They really get to dictate. But anyway, a North Texas HOA is being sued over racist harassment of black residents. Well, what's going on here? I'll tell you. The town is Providence Village. A North Texas Homeowners Association now faces two federal lawsuits alleging it's tried to kick out hundreds of black residents who rely on government housing vouchers to pay their rent, subjected them to racial harassment and intimidation. The harassment included posts on unofficial social media sites for the town of Providence Village, a suburban neighborhood of a single family homes north of Dallas, it is. Black residents were called, quote, ghetto, wild animals, lazy, entitled leaching trash, and blamed for crime and other perceived problems. The blacks. According to a federal lawsuit filed in the Eastern District of Texas in April, one such post included a photo of a black man with a rope around his neck with the caption, "This one is not coming back tomorrow." Other threatening posts were directed at female voucher tenants, including one that said, "Get your Section 8 asses out of town now, bitches." Explosion emoji. Don't let the door hit you in your fat ass mouth. Oh, that is racist. Now, that's some racist shit right there. North Texas. Y'all remember that? North Texas and the Providence. This is what white people do when they don't like black people in their neighborhood.
This is what white people do when they don't want black people in their neighborhood. They talk racist rant. Just because people are paying their rent, Section 8 housing, you can't disrupt nobody from paying how they pay their bills. I'll sue the hell out of their ass too. I'll sue them too. This is North Texas. North Texas.
Giving to you roll. Racial hostility on display in such posts ramped up when the Providence Homeowners Association, PHOA, proposed new rules in 2021 to address a perception by its board of directors that the number of rental units in their community was growing and that voucher holding renters were causing an increase in crime that could impact increasing in the Providence HOA community at the time was the number of concentration of black residents, the lawsuit said. Around the lawsuit speaks to it. Black people blame for this perception. The PHOA board members and other homeowners in the town began focusing their concerns on renters using housing vouchers around July 2021 after an altercation at the community basketball court between two teenage boys, one black, one white. Okay, boys fighting on a basketball court. Imagine that. It led to the arrest of the black teen, who many assume belonged to a voucher family, the lawsuit says. The chatter in the town social media groups became filled with posts antagonistic to voucher holders, such as one saying, quote, "You ever thought maybe some of us don't want ghetto, poverty, crime-ridden mentality people?" The riled up contributors included PHOA board members, including one who wrote this. It's called Section 8. Then added, "Seems like the neighborhood's plagued with convicts. Get out." Well, we know for a fact, I've never visited this community, but there are some bad actors here, and they seem to be posting online. Okay? They seem to be savage with their words at least and posting online. Very ugly. In the fall of 2021, the board and some homeowners began working on ways to restrict the ability of homeowners to rent their property to voucher holders, despite being warned by the mayor that fair housing does business. So, listen, you're talking to somebody who loves to rent out to anyone and everyone because that's the law. Kind of investment property that I stumbled upon. That's just the law. Only a dummy. If you restrict rental units versus, well, you could do that. But now you're talking about not doing that, but only, you know, I think it looks better now this way. Okay, we see you. We see what's going on with you. It's just, you say the quiet part out loud. If you're going to be crooked in your behaviors and your protocols, at least be a little quieter about it, a little more sneaky. I'm glad they aren't. They don't have the ability to be, maybe. So the mayor said, you don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. Anyway, the mayor told him fair housing they could restrict. It says the board worked with OA's property manager, Cody Watts, and a residential on steps they could take in their neighborhood. Watson allegedly advised the board that he and First Service also thought such actions would be illegal. Okay, so it made a little bit of sense. Still probably want to take the money, you know, but I tried to warn them. They said, we're going to do it anyway. We'll do it anyway. Nevertheless, over the next few months, Watson and board together drafted new rules that no rental home could be publicly financed or subsidized, limited owners to rental property, and required owners to live in the home for 24 months before renting it out. Now, the rules stated that owners could be charged $300 per week for failing to comply with these rules.
What?
Let's fast forward to June 8th, 2022. Several residents who opposed the amendment gathered in a park by a lake to discuss the vote. A pro-amendment resident surreptitiously photographed the group, which included children. And another resident posted that photo to social media with the caption, quote, "Here's a great pic depicting the very effing idiots that helped to ruin our lovely town of Providence Village."
She's talking about North Texas, Providence Village. I think it was Providence Village. Hold on.
With the rules enacted, landlords in Providence began telling voucher tenants that they had to move immediately, setting off a wave of panic amongst tenants, leading to frantic searches for alternative housing. The complaint said several families moved out. HOA policy threatened to displace more than 170 families from the majority white neighborhood, the Texas Tribune reported.
No, I'm not talking about Mississippi. They probably got them here too. Shit. But I never know about it. Now, my friend, I have a friend, a white friend. She did stay in a HOA. Home. But I was always welcome over there. I never had any problems. Now, Mississippi is, they race to a certain extent. They won't let you hear it come out of their mouths. They won't say it in front of you because they know they get knocked the hell out. Hey, on the sidelines, how you doing? Now let's talk about Texas, North Texas. No, Mississippi got their ways too. Mississippi got their ways too. That was a long video. But I'm pretty sure it's a lot of, like in the area I stay in, it used to be all white. Now it's all mostly black now. Some of the white people see it here. But it's mostly black people now moved in. And the racism with tourism here. What? Y'all got, they made a documentary. I say it's racism everywhere. It's racism everywhere. It don't matter what town, which state you stay in. You're gonna deal with some racism somewhere and racist. They still run around here with their damn flag. Yeah, it is being talked about. About time it's being talked about. Let me see some racist shit going on. I'm gonna talk about it. But this happened in North Texas, in the Providence Village, I think. They got lawsuits against this HOA. You don't keep listening. Okay, let me continue to play it if you can hear it.
The board and holders could remain until they expire, but tenants continue to the uncertainty and still complaints. Law bars and property owners The law. Yes. A bit. This
I came back. Uh,
during the summer of 2023, racial tensions related to Bowers were stoked by protests led by the National Justice Party, a white nationalist organization, which was supplied outside Providence said an overwhelming majority of Section 8 recipients.
that was Providence Village of Texas. Yeah, I'm back. Providence Village of North Texas.
Black Americans bring unimaginable word.
You keep kicking me out. I'm gonna go ahead and end. Yeah. But I continue to watch this right here. I know the outcome. Need to keep on. All right, I'm out, yeah. My nails are too long.